So Tucker Carlson ended up facing some serious backlash. This is like a Tuesday for Tucker Carlson. I've never seen a news host get so much backlash on such a consistent basis. But this time he called the Joint Chiefs chairman, which is like it's the staffs, I guess, of, it's the chairman of the two staffs of, I think, like the Army and the Navy. And he called him a pig and he called him stupid. So the person who is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff is like the highest military ranking member, I think. And so this is a pretty big deal, obviously, to be a conservative and basically be shitting on, such a high-ranking military member. Someone like Bill O'Reilly or someone like that, I would imagine would. I don't know if they would have done it back then if it was like some liberal military member or not. I'm not really sure, or if that would even be taboo, or if they would have only done it if it was a Republican one. I'm not exactly sure, to be completely honest with you. But he went off on this guy, Mark Milley, because he's talking about white rage. He was saying basically like, we need to understand white rage. And you can, see that video.
Of being, quote, woke.
He's not just a pig, he's stupid. So Mark Milley reads Mao to understand Mao.
But, Tucker Carlson absolutely went off. Now, this guy has a lot of experience in the military, and this is a big deal for conservatives to be doing, obviously. And, he was saying that he didn't get the job because he earned it or deserved it. It's just because he was basically sucking up to the people in power. And so this is a big deal from a Republican standpoint, obviously. And so if you're a Republican, this should be a big deal to you because obviously Republicans always nonstop praise the military, essentially no matter what. So this is definitely a big deal for them. And man, if you go on Twitter and just like look at some of these tweets, people are just absolutely going off on him. People calling for the USAA, which is like, I think, auto loans and maybe other loans that are given to the military that are supposed to be, at good rates, essentially. Telling them to stop sponsoring Tucker Carlson or Fox News shows. People just going absolutely off. Ted Lieu saying in response to Tucker Carlson.
Amen. Really quick, looking from the outside in, the U.S. military seems like by far the least racist institution in American life and has been for many decades. Is that, yeah, right? That's the way it seems in a great way.
It's absolutely true. We have been a colorblind culture in the United States military for almost 200 years. We've gotten a lot of things right. Keep your politics and your social experiments out of our military, and let us focus on what we were always intended to do, protecting the United States of America and winning wars.
Saying we have been a colorblind culture in the United States military for almost 200 years. That's total bullshit, by the way. But, he says U.S. military is not integrated until 1984. Department of Defense Instruction 1020.05 promotes a diverse DoD workforce that reflects the diverse population of U.S. When was that woke directive promulgated? Under the Trump administration. Also, something else to note. This guy, Mark Milley, that he's talking about, was actually nominated by President Trump. So that is actually what happened. Richard Ojeda saying Tucker Carlson's comments on General Milley are unacceptable. The man has given more to this nation than Tucker's entire bloodline. Special Forces, Ranger, Master Parachutist, Combat Scuba Diver, Combat Infantry Badge with Star. These are never given, always earned, you twit. So certainly you can totally, from, my perspective, you could totally criticize, military ranking members or anything like that for stuff they do. You don't just automatically praise everything they do. But the standard that the right has created is that you have to basically hail all military people at all costs, no matter what, regardless of what's going on. None of that matters whatsoever. You have to praise them. So this is a big deal for Tucker Carlson, of course, because he is a conservative. So, tons and tons of backlash here for Tucker Carlson because he's going after essentially the highest ranking military member here.